Hello, people out there. This is Dhananjay Suthar, innovation catalyst and community enthusiast, adding value to the startup ecosystem. In today's podcast, we are gonna hear from Mr. Adam, right, who is a founder of KSV. KSV is a special school, a school with a difference, right, in Kalkeri, India. So that particular thing we are gonna listen today from him itself. That what is KSV and how do they make a difference?
Imagine a world where there is no discrimination. Imagine a world where everybody, whether you are the son of the bank manager or you are the son and daughter of the farmer, everybody has equal opportunities. Everybody has equal opportunities to access to education, access to healthcare, access to the job market, access to bank accounts and financial institutions. Where there is no discrimination in this world based on gender or caste or religion or whatever it is you want to. We seem to discriminate about everything these days. Imagine a world like this. Unfortunately, this world does not exist, right? And we're actually living in the polar opposite of this kind of world, where the world is full of discrimination. There's a lot of discrimination based on your religion, or based on your caste, or just based on your birth, right? Where you were born. KSV, we are many things here. We are an NGO, we are a music school, we are an academic school, we are a community, we are a family. But above all of these things and what underpins all of this about what it is that we're doing, we're trying to level this playing field. We're trying to provide opportunities to children from disadvantaged, socially and economically disadvantaged families to have opportunities to realize their full potential, which otherwise the opportunities are not there. Whether you're talking about access to a holistic education, or one of our strong focus points, of course, is the performing arts, particularly Hindustani classical music, access to these art forms, which is the cultural heritage of their country. Their parents can't think about these things. It's not even going on in their mind that their children could learn music. They're not financially independent enough to afford the music classes. They're not financially independent enough to give their children access to music instruments. They're not moving in the right circles to have access to these kind of things. So we're trying to bridge this gap. We're trying to level this playing field. We're trying to provide opportunities to each and every person to realize their full potential. We do this in a number of ways. We are kind of running a dual education system with an art study program. And we put about 50% emphasis on performing arts and 50% emphasis on academic subjects. We kind of have our feet in both worlds. We have our feet in the past, in tradition, and we have our other foot in the modern world. So through tradition, we're teaching performing arts, Hindustani classical music, vocal, sitar, tabla, violin, bansuri, kathak dance, drama, and then education is running along the side of that. In the school, we run classes 1st to 10th standard, and we continue to support students beyond the 10th standard into college, into university. We started this school just more than 16 years ago. We started with about 20 students and a couple of music teachers. Music was really is the passion of the founders. The two things that they joined together, one was music and the other was a desire for positive social change. So how to bring about positive social change through the performing arts. That was really the essence of why we started. before 16 years ago, so it was around 17, 18 years ago, was when two of our founders, Matthew and Agathe, Matthew from Canada, Agathe from France, had spent quite a few years in India prior to that, fallen in love with this country like many of us have, were very much getting in very deep with the culture, learning languages, getting into yoga. Matthew and Agathe both spent a couple of years in Shantiniketan in West Bengal, which gave a lot of inspiration for what you see around you today. At some point they were in Benares, Matthew was learning music, and somebody had told them about Dharwad in the south of India, being the center for Hindustani classical music in the south. So they came to see what was happening in Dharwad in the music scene, got involved in the university and started to learn music. And then they started to give free evening music classes to children from deprived areas of Dharwad. And this project, over the course of 1 year, was growing, and the level of interest was growing, the circle of people was growing, and the discussion was growing. And it was talking about, okay, how to now take this to the next level. And this is how we came about, that we decided we should start a residential school, loosely based on the philosophy of the Gurukul, while also remembering we're functioning in a modern world. So that's how we started 16 years ago. Very small campus in a slightly different area to this. It was more interior in the forest. Just a few huts in the forest, 20 children, a few music teachers, and slowly and very organically, none of us were not MBA graduates. We didn't come with a 5-year business plan. It was much more something that came out of the heart, that was much more powerful. And it ensured that everything evolved organically, which I find is a much better way to be moving rather than having a bunch of targets and everything. So, 20 children, 16 years ago, we've grown to the point now where we have 220 children. 160 of these children are in what you can call the basic school age, first to 10th standard. We have approximately 15 students in each. And then the other 60 students are in higher education, so somewhere between 11th standard and postgraduate studies. 20 of those students continue to stay with us on campus, and the other 40, they're staying in hostels or have gone back home, but they're attending college, they're attending university, they're being supported financially and through mentorship by us, up until the point that they decide to complete their education. And up until date, we've had more than 100 students go through the SSLC, the 10th standard, the final board exams. We have a 100% pass rate for those exams. Not one child has failed. And then 98% of those students have gone on into college. And many of them continue into an undergraduate or postgraduate degree. One of the things that after 15 years, I've been here for 15 years now, and one of the things that continues to impress me still after 15 years is the drive, determination, level of interest, tenacity of each and every one of our students. These guys are so motivated and so hardworking. It really impresses me right up until today. And we demand quite a lot of them. The schedule for the day, we start very early in the morning at around 5 a.m. Not everybody, but in the morning there's, for those that wish to do, there is music practice time. We have a 1 hour yoga session. Then when everybody is kind of getting ready for the day and before breakfast, we have everybody gather in our main hall up there. All of the students together, we do 20 minutes of meditation before breakfast. This is even impresses me today, where I think when I started to do some meditation and I struggled to do for 10 minutes, and you can go and you can see 6, 7-year-old children, 20 minutes meditating, no problem. Actually, it's something that we have expanded upon this semester. So we've been doing it for quite a few years with the younger ones, and we really noticed the positive change of that they take part in this daily meditation. It has a lot of positive benefits on the behavior, the discipline, the concentration, many things. So we've expanded that now to the whole school. We're looking forward to more benefits in a few months' time. So when students arrive with us in the first standard, we don't immediately launch them into 3 hours of performing arts classes, which is what the older ones do. The performing arts, which is 3 hours in the morning, for the younger ones, for the first 4 years, one of the sessions is an introduction to Hindustani classical music, and then there's activity-based learning, education through games, arts and crafts. It's a very dynamic 3 hours where they're moving from session to session to kind of maintain their level of interest. And after 4 years, they then should be ready to make a choice to choose a major and a minor subject for their arts. So at the moment, we are offering vocal, tabla, sitar, Kathak dance, and drama. And previously, we have had violin, we have had bansuri, a few other things. That's one of the challenges we face for some of these instruments that are not so popular. It's difficult with continuity of teachers, but for popular things like vocal, tabla, sitar, it's much easier. So by the fifth standard, these students are ready to take their 2 choices. So the 3 hours is split into one longer session for their major subject and then another for their minor. Then 1 session before lunch and 3 sessions after lunch is academic subjects. So we follow the state syllabus. We teach in kind of medium. It's your 6 traditional syllabus subjects of languages, social studies, math, science. And then we bolster that syllabus with lots of extracurricular activities and other activities going on inside of the teaching time. So lots of art classes for the young ones, games classes, craft, storytelling. For the older ones, reading sessions, science lab, computer studies, all these things. We're very fortunate that we are a residential school, so we can pretty much guarantee 100% attendance from our students. And we get to hang on to them. We have them in the morning time, we have them in the evening time. So we can do lots of activities that are outside the traditional 10 to 4 teaching time. When you see our logo somewhere, you will quite often see our little tagline that goes below our logo that says a school with a difference. I could quickly just point out a couple of things that I believe is why we're a school with a difference. The first thing that I am happy and sad to share with you. I'm happy to share it with you because it's something we're doing, but I'm sad to share about this because I feel this is something that should be fundamental in each and every institution that takes care of children, whether it's a school or a hostel, an orphanage, whatever it is. When you look at many traditional models that take care of children, let's say the most common one being a school, most of these institutions are quite authoritarian, with a very high level of discipline, with lots of rules and regulations. Don't do this, do that, don't do this. If you do that, this is the punishment. Lots of punishments, lots of punitive action to make children feel uncomfortable so they avoid those situations in the future. I don't believe this is a very positive and proactive way to deal with our young people. So the very foundation that we have built this school on, not being the physical foundation below our feet, but the intellectual foundation of the vision of the school, is that we wanted to create a platform that was free of fear, where children would feel cared for, they would feel loved, they would feel listened to, they would feel valued. When you have a child in the the opposite of that. So in most schools, which is, there's a high level of fear. The children are very afraid of their teachers. They're afraid to ask questions. There's a high level of violence, maybe, which might be physical violence. It might be psychological violence, which quite often can be much worse than physical violence. It can scar you for your entire life, these kind of things. When a child is undergoing that kind of feeling in an organization or institution that should care for them, the child immediately puts up barriers.
Hey, people out there, it's time to appreciate the platform which makes us collaborate and learn things together. So, yeah, I'm talking about Anchor.fm, the platform where you are listening my podcast and where I'm hosting my content. So, yeah, it's a free tool wherever you can just get your phone on hand and use your computer as well to create your content. It's totally free of cost, and not just that, it also helps you distribute your content across the platforms, major content, delivering platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more than that, not to mention, right, it also provides you an opportunity to make money out of it, and with no minimum listenership, and that's a good thing for this thing, right? So I'll say, yeah, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. I'll really recommend to download this free Anchor app and go to Anchor.fm to get started. Thank you, people. I hope I was able to add value to this. Let me know what else do you wish to make me cover in the next upcoming episodes. You can write me up at connect@dhananjaysuthar.com. I'll be more than happy to help you in every possible manner. Looking forward for your love and support. Wish you guys post and more. Stay tuned for more such interesting and insightful episodes.